Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Crossin Streams. I'm your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the newest reboot cartoon of the franchise on Nickelodeon. We'll be taking a look at the first episode of the series, Mystic Mayhem. The series doesn't come out until sometime in September, but on YouTube right now you can take a look at the first episode for free. While in the city at night training, the Turtles and April O'Neil discover a hidden portal to an underground lair beneath New York City. They discover a plot of a mysterious villain, Baron Draxum, played by John Cena by the way, who plans on mutating the entire city. After their training and weapons seem ineffective against their new foe, the Turtles discover some new mystical weapons that will even the fight. Maybe. Okay, so I watched the first episode of this new series, again, which is free on YouTube. I can say that my first impression is that I'm probably not the target audience for this cartoon. If I had to compare the feel of the show, and this is not going to be a popular statement for a lot of people, I would compare it to something like Teen Titans Go. While I've only seen one episode, I can already tell that it is probably going to do that in-your-face ADHD style that seems to be popular nowadays. For me, I think that if a cartoon is going to use elements that are on the more silly side, it needs to find a nice balance with some normal or more serious elements as well. For example, look at Ultimate Spider-Man or even the last Turtles cartoon. Sure, there is some silly cutaways and things like that, but the story as a whole had some weight behind it. Well, this new Turtles cartoon seems to have a longer story being set up in this first episode. Everything that is happening is trying to be funny and or awkward. While some of it does work, a lot of the episode's humor doesn't really land. Plus, the show never really takes a chance to breathe. Something is always happening or making noise or someone is talking. While I'm sure it will get the attention of that younger child in your household, this style just gets really old for me. When it comes to the characters, some have been changed and some haven't. Mikey and Donnie seem to be the two that are about the same. Donnie is the smart one and Mikey is still the fun-going party turtle. When it comes to Raph, he still seems to be the strongest of the group, but he also comes off more awkward and less angry. Leo doesn't come off as the controlled and skilled member of the group anymore. Instead, he seems cocky, sarcastic, and honestly somewhat dim-witted. April in this version is from what I can tell, a teenage girl. They don't really specify, but she acts kind of like a mid-teenager, and comes off as cocky and street smart. Splinter is probably the one with the biggest character change of the group. Well, as far as I can tell, he is still the group's sensei and will probably act more like himself later. But right now, in this first episode, if you reminded me of anybody, it was like a Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. Don't worry, no porn references. But he's just kind of just fat and lazy, but you know there's a ninja master there somewhere. As for the animation, I think it looks kind of neat. But I don't think that it will be enough to carry the show for me. I need a better tone and story for it to do that. The art style, like I said, I think it's kind of cool. But it just, if that's all it's got, that's not something that I can go with. I got to have more than just a cool art style. The funny thing is, though, I didn't like the art style of the last Turtle show when I first saw it, whenever the trailer came out. But the story really drew me in, and I began to like it as the show went on. So if this show could come up, I think the story starts to work, then, it could warm on me. After seeing the first episode, though, which again is free on YouTube right now, I can already tell that this show is probably not going to be for me. That being said, one 22-minute episode isn't really going to help me make a final decision. Since this is a Turtles cartoon, I'd probably give it a few more episodes to see if I could warm up to it. I don't think that I will, but it's the Turtles, so I love me some Turtles and I gotta give them a chance. For those that want to see the episode, I will put a link to it in the description below. That's going to be all for this edition of Crossin Streams. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this show, please feel free to comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. Cowabunga.